Yo, what's up, it's your boy Elodreamx. This is the greatest speech in history. Alexander the Great and the Opus Mutiny. Let's get right into it. You know what I'm saying? In a brilliant 10-year campaign, Alexander and his Macedonian army conquered much of the known world, from Egypt to the Indus River. In 324 BC, they returned to Opus near modern Baghdad. Alexander ordered some of his Macedonian veterans to return home. But angry at perceived insults to their honor, as well as Alexander's adoption of Persian customs, they mutinied. According to the ancient historian Arrian, Alexander executed 13 ringleaders before confronting the army. Alexander's exact words are not known, but modern historians believe Arrian records the essence of a real moment in history passed down by eyewitnesses.
What I'm about to say isn't meant to stop you returning home. As far as I care, you can go wherever you wish. But I want you to know how you have behaved towards me, and how I have treated you. I'll begin, as is right, with my father, Philip. When he found you, you were mere peasants, wearing hides, tending a few sheep on the mountain slopes, and you could barely defend them from your neighbors.
These graphics are amazing.
Under him, you began living in cities, with good laws and customs, and he turned you from slaves into rulers over those very barbarians who used to plunder your land.
They don't seem appreciative right there.
He conquered most of Thrace, taking the best harbors so there was trade and prosperity, and put the mines to steady work.
Okay.
The Thessalians, they used to terrify you. Well, we rule them now.
Ooh, squad, that's crazy.
The Athenians and Thebans, always looking for a chance to attack Macedonia, were so humbled, myself playing my small part in the war, that they no longer take tribute from Macedonia, but instead depend upon us for their protection.
Gang. Can you imagine, like, just living in a place that's so sparse out, all these islands, and this is something else. It's like a country that's entwined with, like, the ocean, with the sea. I guess that's the Mediterranean Sea.
My father went to the Peloponnese and put their house in order.
Ooh.
Then he was declared supreme commander of all the Greeks for the campaign against the Persians. An honor not just for himself, but for all Macedonians.
Flip hegemon.
This is what my father Philip...
Is that Yoda? Is that Yoda on his... Okay, no, it's not Yoda. I was like, is that Yoda? Like, from back when? That's something else right there. Anyways.
Macedonians. This is what my father Philip did for you. Great enough on its own, but small compared to what you've gained from me.
Whew.
I crossed the Hellespont, even though back then the Persians still commanded the sea. I defeated the satraps of the great King Darius.
Whew.
And made you rulers of Ionia, Aeolis, Phrygia, and Lydia, and took Miletus by siege.
That is insane. This guy's...
The rest of the land surrendered willingly, and their wealth became yours.
What's a satrap? I think that's a commander.
All the riches of Egypt and Cyrene, which I won without a fight, are yours now.
Ooh.
Syria, Palestine, Mesopotamia, Babylonia, all belong to you. The wealth of Lydia, the treasures of Persia, the jewels of India and the outer sea.
Wow.
You are now satraps.
Right.
You are generals and captains. What have I held back for myself apart from this purple cloak and diadem? Nothing. No man can point to my riches, only the things I hold in trust for you all. And what would I do with them anyway? I eat what you eat. I get no more rest than you. Many times I have spent the night on watch so that you could sleep soundly. Who among you believes he's worked harder for me than I have for him? Come on. If you've got scars, strip and show them to me. I'll show you mine. There isn't one part of my body, the front at least, that doesn't bear a wound. My body's covered in scars from every weapon you can think of. Swords, arrows, stones, clubs.
Whew.
All for the sake of your lives. your glory, and your wealth.
So he's never ran from a, that's what, like, he's never ran from, you know what I'm saying? He's always been on target. What you got to say about that, Pikachu? Yeah. That's a real commander, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you have this in modern armies. Like, modern armies, people are just, like, behind the screen, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing. But this guy is for real, like in the forefront. That's crazy.
And yet here I still am, leading you, as conqueror of land and sea, rivers, mountains, and the plains. We've celebrated our weddings together. Many of your children will be cousins of my own.
Wow.
I've paid off your debts without asking how you got them, even though you're paid well enough and pillage every city we take. Many of you wear golden crowns, badges of courage and honor given you by me. Any one of us who was killed, who met a glorious end, we buried with full honors.
Whoa.
Many now stand immortalized by bronze statues in Macedonia. Their families are honored and pay no taxes.
Wow.
Under my command, not one man has been killed fleeing the enemy. And now I wanted to send back some of you who've been wounded or crippled, or have grown old, to be welcomed back home as heroes.
Right.
But since you all wish to go, then all of you, go! Go home and tell them that your king, Alexander, conqueror of the Persians, Medes, Bactrians, and Scythians, who now rules over the Parthians, Chorasmians, and Hyrcanians as far as the Caspian Sea.
Whoa!
Who's marched over the mountains of the Hindu Kush, crossed the Oxus and Tanais rivers, even the Indus, first to cross it since Dionysus himself. I would have crossed the Hyphasis too if you hadn't cowered in fear.
By the way, I heard there were like accounts of like, you know, them trying to, you know, cross the Hyphasis, which I think is the mountains, or you know, like, you know, the Himalayas, and there's like they're trying to cross it with elephants, and there's accounts from people who used to live in those mountains, like watching them, like, whoa, these people are actually trying to come here across it with the elephants. Like, this is almost impossible, right? Feat. And I heard this guy was not even, you know, 33.
Sailed into the Great Sea from the mouth of the Indus, who crossed the desert of Gedrosia, where no one had ever led an army, who took Carmenia, while my fleet sailed the Persian Gulf. That
definitely looks like Baby Yoda, to be honest. That's so cute, though. But I know it's like some Commander General Shinesty, for real.
When you get home, you tell them that when you made it back to Susa, you abandoned him and went home, leaving him under the protection of the foreigners you'd conquered. Perhaps this report of yours will seem glorious in the eyes of men and worthy in the eyes of the gods. Be gone!
Damn, what you gonna say, Son Goku? Are you heroes? Are you gangsters or not? After the speech, the Macedonian troops begged Alexander for forgiveness, leading to an emotional reconciliation between the king and his army. Alexander began to plan further conquests, but in Babylon, less than a year later, he succumbed to an unknown illness and died just age 32. What, even 33, Son Goku? Bro, this is a sick-ass video. Shout out to the individual who made this Shinesty, Son Goku. Yo, yeah. Wow. That was crazy, dude. That was chills the whole way through, son. That was always talking about his father, you know what I'm saying? And it like led up to like this, and then, you know, like, oh my gosh, bro. This is the best speech I've ever heard. And then that accent is on point. Like, whoever did the reenactment was like, yo, Son Goku, bro. Yo. That was, you know what I'm saying? World leaders, take cues from this guy, right? You know what I'm saying? He was like in the mix. He wasn't detached from it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, world leaders like, oh yeah, you know, watching this video. But bro, damn. Your king Alexander, conqueror of the Persians, Medes, Bactrians, and Scythians, who ruled over the Hyrcanians as far as the Caspian Sea. What the hell? Bro, I mean, they don't make them like that no more, bro. That was crazy. Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Y'all gotta be down, or y'all gotta be down, son. That's crazy. Hey, shout out to Alexander the Great. You know, I know he's listening from beyond the grave, and you know, pour out one for Alexander. You know what I'm saying? And that was sick as hell. Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. And whoa.